guys. I hope everyone's doing great today. Weather's great, not hot, not cold. Looks like it's getting ready to pour down. But yesterday I got a lead, and I make friends everywhere, guys. I do. I make friends. You know, I've never really met a stranger, but one of my buddies that delivers for AutoZone called me, told me that he knows a guy at a tire shop that got his hands on a crate that has a Ford lithium battery in it. And he's like, the guy, you know, it's the battery they took out of the car when they put a new one in it. They just put the old one back in that crate. They gave it to him. He has no clue what to do with it. And I got called, which is great, because if it is the battery in that crate that has the crate part number, it is a Cmax. So, and it's the whole battery out of the car. So it's good for like not, you know, building a 90, which you're gonna have a couple bad cells in there probably. But hey, if I can only get a 45 out of it, it's still golden. I just hope it ain't the 24 amp hour cells. I mean, if it is, I'm still gonna buy it, because Cmax. But if things go right, I got plans. I'm gonna build a 45 to put back in my wife's Edge, her little daily, because it had a 45 in it at one time. And I ran 2 MD8Ks off that 45. It's just I had to use that 45 to build the 135 that's in her Blazer. So if I can get a 45 built to put back in there, we'll put that big Vital Power amp back in there that Big D Wiz tested. Because that car was a beast on that Vital Power. But I'll check back in with you guys and let you know how this goes. I went there, made it there to check out that battery. And look at that. Yes, baby. She takes up the whole back seat, but you know, I'm happy to have it. And that just, it shows you something in it, and it teaches me something, you know. A lot of people are wondering, they just wonder why I'm cool with everybody, you know. Like, man, for the most part, I know everybody makes fun of Jason DeClue, you know. And he only screws up and talks crap about every brand but Death Punch. But I think he's getting better. But anyway, I'm cool with DeClue. You know, I don't really have no problems with him. And that's just a prime example. I'm pretty much cool with everybody. And it pays off a lot of times because, you know, like I said, my buddy Mike that works at AutoZone, the dude was asking him, because he saw this battery sitting at the dude's shop, and he asked him, you know, what was up with it. And the guy's like, do you know anybody that does anything with these old lithium batteries? And he's like, I got a guy that might. You know, because Mike's checked my build out. He knows I run lithium. They didn't know what this was. You know, they didn't know it was Cmax. They just knew it was a Ford lithium hybrid battery. You know, one thing leads to another. And yesterday, my buddy Mike's calling me, and he's like, hey, you know, this guy's got this battery, and it is a Ford battery. So I reached out to the guy. He sent me a picture of the part number on the box. And I just Googled the part number. I didn't even put Ford part number. I just put the part number. And I mean, all it pulled up was Cmax. So I'm like, yeah, if that's what's in that box, I'll take it. And I went and got it. I got it cheap. But, you know, I got it cheap enough that he was happy. He was happy to get rid of it and, you know, pocket some money. I was happy to get it for what I got it for, because, I mean, they're selling one sleeve. There's 2 sleeves in here. One sleeve will build a 45 with a couple cells left over. So I got this way cheaper than what one sleeve sells for. I mean, I've seen one sleeve going anywhere from $350 to $400. So, I mean, it is what it is. But it looks like now, I don't know how many bad cells are going to be in there. Usually it's 1 or 2, but right now, I'm just going to order some bars, or find some 45 bars, and we're going to build a 45 to put in the wife's Edge. Throw a couple diodes back in that thing to get that voltage up, and we're going to put the Vital Power in there at some point. And that got me to thinking, I can take out the 2 Audio Legion 1600s. They are strappable, and I'll put them in here. And I I got some big things coming for the system in here. My buddy Josh at Elite Euro is gonna CNC cut an enclosure to put in here, and we're gonna try to make a pretty efficient enclosure for this thing, just a regular, you know, ported enclosure. But we got some designs in the work, and a lot more efficient than the enclosure that's in here with more port area and everything. And I got to looking at them Audio Legions. They are strappable. Okay, it's a dual 2 sub. So, you know, they're a 1 ohm stable amp. So if I run them at 1 amp per coil, I'm only got to be at 2 ohm. I mean, it's a dual 4, my bad, dual 4. So I'd only be at 4 ohm. But I can run that thing at 2 ohm, strapped to amps, and that way each amp will see, you know, a 1 ohm load basically. So, and them little 1600 Audio Legions, they're pretty ballsy amps. I was impressed with them when I put them in the wife's car. So we'll see. But yeah, let's get a sneak peek at it. Let's jump back and look at the battery, because that's what you're all here for, is to see the battery. But yeah, this has wound up being a really good day, and I ain't even been to work. Look at this bad boy. Yep, that's what we wanted right there. And let me see if I can get the camera to peek in there. Oh, look at them cells. That is the 5.5 amp hour. We got a steal on this thing, guys. And it just happened by accident. Like I said, it happened because of, you know, me being cool with the right people and knowing the right people. An AutoZone delivery guy found this for me, because nobody knew what to do with it. It was basically just scrap. The guy I talked to, he actually put a battery in for Ford. He had to go to Ford and pick the battery up, and they didn't want this back, and he had to get rid of it. So he just kind of wound up with it, and you know, he made some profit. I got a good killer deal on it. So everybody wins. And at the end of the day, he was happy, I'm happy, because the cells I just saw on the side look good. Now I got to open this thing up, and that's where the fun part comes in, is opening it. But oh, somebody over here bumping. Oh, but we'll get it. I'm just happy to have it. All right, guys, you saw the battery in all of its glory. You know, for those of you that don't know about Cmax, that's what a complete module looks like. You know, it does have the 2 sleeves in it. Got that sneak peek there through the side vents. You can see the cells in there. I don't know how many cells are bad in it. I don't know. I mean, I'm pretty sure there's going to be enough in there to build a 45. And even if that's all I get out of it, I'm going to be extremely happy, because I got it cheap. And, yeah, the sun shines on a dog's hind end every once in a while, guys. So, you know, it does pay to be friends with a lot of different people, or at least associates. But that's all I got for you today, guys. Peace out. And as always, Cmax on. I mean, bass on.